disclaimer: we're not selling drugs. Okay.
No, we don't sell drugs. We don't grow drugs. We don't
Right,
manufacture
right.
drugs. We don't know anybody with drugs.
Right. Well,
I'm a nerd. I love it.
all right, we live here once again at Cup Full Podcast. We here. We got some exciting, we have a very exciting guest with us today. We're gonna talk about something a little bit different. We was dealing with detailing businesses. We had a guy. We came from pressure washing businesses, and we got a few other special things coming up. But I'm gonna let this young lady introduce herself. Again, my name is Terence, and you can find me on Instagram at askcoachtee. I'm the host, and we here to teach you about business. If you're trying to learn what to do, how to do, what comes with it, we here to be transparent and let you know, entrepreneurship ain't easy. It's rewarding, it's great, but we're going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly. So without further ado, I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey, you guys. So my name is Tia Henderson, owner and founder of southerbellefungus, where I grow my own mushrooms, turn them into teas, powders, supplements, and also mushroom coffee. But you will not get high. I don't sell or grow those kind of mushrooms, okay?
Right. So a disclaimer, we're not selling drugs, okay?
No, we don't sell drugs. We don't grow drugs. We
Right,
don't manufacture
right.
drugs. We don't know anybody with drugs.
Right. Well, we might know somebody with drugs, but we're not talking about that, right? No, beautiful. So, hey, when I first, learned about, your products and what you was doing, of course I was like, well, are we going to be talking about drugs on the podcast? Like, should we be talking about drugs? But, you have some really interesting products. I think the world should know. So tell us a little bit. First of all, before we go there, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from. Of course, we're here in Virginia, but tell us where you from, and tell us how you even got, starting the mushroom business is crazy. You know what I mean?
It is crazy.
So, tell us, how did we get there? Walk us through real quick.
So, my father had passed away back in 2020.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
And thank you. And I really needed the healing. And I'm going to keep it a thou wow with y'all.
Okay.
Me and my homegirl and her husband was walking on the beach one day in February, and we decided to take shrooms, and we didn't feel anything.
Okay.
We was on the beach in February.
Okay.
And we were supposed to be feeling the best ever, and we didn't feel anything. It was cold. It was stupid. It was a dumb idea. We went back to her house, and she was like, I got to do something. And so she decided that she was going to grow her own shrooms. She tried it, and it didn't go so well.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what, girl? I got you. So I took all the things that she had, and I did it, and it was so successful that I had to do it again. Then I did it again. Then I did it again. And I was like, you know what? I'm not proud of this. I want something. These ain't right. Let me do my research on what I can grow and show to the world. And then that's when I discovered lion's mane.
Okay.
So I started growing lion's mane, I want to say, back in 2020.
Hold on before you go further.
Okay.
You mentioned something. You said after he passed, you wanted healing.
Yes, I want healing.
So help me. How did that correlate?
So mushrooms do help with depression and anxiety.
Okay. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Is it a certain mushroom or like?
So I'll tell you, I started with the psychedelics. The psychedelic mushrooms are really good for healing. Okay. But if you don't want to get high, which I recommend, lion's mane are tremendous for anxiety and depression.
Okay.
And that is what got me out of the I want to say the mental loop of having negative thoughts and going back to certain negative habits was the lion's mane, which I wish more people would promote over the psychedelics.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't want to be high, and hallucinating is not really for everybody.
Definitely not for me, okay? So
you said it like I was going to slip you something. You said, okay, don't give me no shrooms.
Stay away from psychedelics. Because I need to know, somebody walk up and be like, man, I got these shrooms. I need to be able to explain what, them to explain
I'll
to me what I'm
explain to
taking.
you a hallucination.
Okay.
For me, my definition of a hallucination are things that are there but you're perceiving them differently.
Correct.
So let's just say you have a straw and a clear glass of water. You
Right.
put the straw in the water.
Yes.
The light's going to bend it. But me and you both know that the straw is straight.
Right.
That's reality. But the
Correct.
hallucination comes in is when you put the straw in the water.
Right.
So it all depends on, how your mind perceives things and how
Okay.
light bounces and reflects off of things, and then that enters your mind, and
Okay.
yeah.
So we go from a local drug dealer to to a health nut. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Talk to me.
mycologist.
Okay.
Mycologist.
Okay. I like that. I like
Yes,
that. What
yes.
is it?
Mycologist.
Mycologist.
So I study
Okay.
mycology, so that
Okay.
means I study mold. So it's mold, spores, mushrooms,
Molds. MOLDS.
mold. So mold is in the fungi kingdom.
Absolutely. Okay.
So that's mold, and so is yeast.
I thought
Yeast.
mold was bad for you.
So mold, certain kind of mold is bad for you. So
Okay.
penicillin is made out of trichonomia mold. So if you're allergic to penicillin, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm allergic to mushrooms."
Okay.
You're allergic to trichonomia mold, which is what they use to make penicillin out of. And quite frankly, I don't think like trichonomia mold, once you see it, it doesn't look all that good anyways. And
Okay.
then the black mold that we all see,
Yes.
that is one of the most common household spores that is always just floating and traveling around.
Okay.
So
So you saying mold is everywhere?
mold is everywhere. And mold spores are definitely in everybody's homes in like the millions, billions actually. Because when you leave food out and it gets mold, that means spores landed on it and it bred on that surface. And so what you see is the species breeding and sending off more spores. The actual fungus of the mold is invisible unless you're trained to see it. Because I can spot trichonomia mold and black mold like that before it gives birth to spores, which is important for me and what I do. Because
Okay.
if I can see the mycelium grow on certain things, I can remove it before that contamination can spread somewhere else.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. I love it.
I love it, man. I mean, I think we all like kind of floored, like, man. Okay, so all right, so go on. You was telling me, so you what do we call a mycologist?
Yes.
Okay, so you go from drug dealer to mycologist,
Yes.
right? We just got to make that point. You know what I mean? All right, so
It's real.
I mean, I love it. I love it. So were you full time? Like, what was you doing? So
I was at the post office when I was growing the shrooms,
okay,
and I
good
hated
job.
it. I hated
You
it.
hated the post
I
office?
hated the post office so much.
How long was you there?
Oh my goodness. Don't get me to lying. So I started off in Williamsburg. Oh, I'm going to go in. So I started off in Williamsburg, got wrongfully terminated. Then, because my auntie worked at the HR department of the post office,
Shout out to Auntie.
got me back in Suffolk.
Okay.
And then I had got severely injured, and I hated that place. And it was on some shit because I don't like quitting.
Okay.
And the post office, well, they really don't like firing people due to like liabilities, and they don't want to get sued.
Correct.
So it was really me and the union rep sitting across from each other like, well, Miss Henderson, you've been a no call, no show for weeks and months, and you are injured, and you don't even really work at this post office. You belong at another post office. How do you want us to handle this? And I was a no call, no show because one year, I want to say 3-6 Mafia came and opened up for Kevin Gates. And why did they do that on 420? Why did they do that? So I did not go to work that day.
Okay.
And the supervisor overheard me telling one of the postal people, and they was like, yeah, 3-6 coming. I ain't coming to work. And Mike was like, oh, you ain't doing what? I'm not coming to work.
And you just don't
And
show.
I did not show up.
So you're a little rebellious.
I'm very rebellious.
Okay. I was being nice.
You can be nice. It's
I was
okay.
being nice. Okay. Okay.
So they pretty much forced my hand, and I had to just tell them, yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and quit.
Okay.
So
So now so the mushroom journey had already started.
oh yeah, the mushroom journey has already
Was
started
it
by then.
full fledged or like kind of?
So
hit and miss?
after I had quit the post office, I was not growing any shrooms or psychedelics because I wasn't I wasn't hyped about
Okay.
that,
Okay.
and I really wanted to show the world my knowledge of mycology.
Okay.
So I started growing the lion's mane,
Okay.
and I started showing that to my friends, and they was like,
Okay.
"We thought we was gonna get high when we took these supplements, and we nothing happened." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're not. That's not what I'm doing anymore." And they was
Right.
like, "Whoa,
So
yeah."
you lost a customer base
I
and a
lost
clientele base.
a whole clientele base. I used to do
Okay.
music, so once I started growing the shrooms, it was an
It went hand in
easy
hand. Yes,
transition.
indeed.
Easy transition.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. So you make a transition. Now, are you losing money? Of course, you're losing money at this
it
point.
was. I don't even want to talk about how much you can sell the shrooms for. I don't. I don't. But to make my mama proud, we had to do something else.
Okay. Okay.
And so I just had to be smarter. I had to be smarter and not even remarket myself because I wasn't marketing myself with the shrooms.
Right. Right.
I just was taking pictures of the shrooms I found outside. And
Okay.
then people was asking me, "Well, do you got the other ones?"
Right.
So that's how
Right.
that came about.
Right. 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 Right.
So when I started growing the lion's mane, I really started to go to different states outside of Virginia
Okay.
and seek education and knowledge that way. And that
Okay.
was fun, but I felt out of place and not at home because I was the only black female.
Huh? What do you mean?
So when it comes to mushrooms and mycology, that is heavily white male.
Really?
Mhm.
So it's a thing like mushroom growing. It's a real thing.
Mushroom cultivation is a thing. It is so much a thing that when I learned how to grow any type of mushrooms, I will check Reddit.
Wow.
And it is so many communities on Reddit when it comes to the psychedelics, growing the psychedelics, and then growing each mushroom that is popular to grow comes with its own subreddit and community. So
Okay.
that was just, yeah.
So we just gave the FBI some information on
Reddit is
on
safe.
Reddit. It's safe.
It's
Okay.
safe.
Good. Good.
I'm
Good.
sorry, Reddit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We sorry. Okay. So you. All right. So you going now. You basically starting over. You
Yes.
started. Was it a struggle financially? Like, were you
No, because I had the post office money.
okay? But you had left the post office.
But I'm gonna say first of all, I was working 8 days a week at the post office.
I know how that goes.
And on your eighth day, they gave you 1 day off.
Right.
And so I had no time. And then we're doing like 12, 16-hour shifts,
Mm.
8 days a week, 1 day off. I'm not spending no money,
Right.
which
Right.
is crazy because
Right.
as a woman, it's like, I want to get my hair done. I'm going to get my nails done. I want to do this. I'm bringing home $4,000 checks. What am I doing with it besides putting mail in your box?
Right. Right.
It was
Oh, so
miserable.
you walked and you did the walking.
I did the walking.
Okay,
In
so you ain't working
Williamsburg,
the
I
station.
drove, and then in Suffolk, I did the walking.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Shout out to my people in the Suffolk post office.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Okay. All right. So we're here now. We got to a place where you got this new like. So the post office, you're going from the post office,
Mhm.
right? Now you have this new business, and you have to kind of start over. You talked about it's kind of more of a white man's world with
Yeah.
this. So, like, was it any roadblocks there for you? Tell me.
I don't want to say roadblocks, but let's say token Negro is something that I've never wanted to be in my life ever.
Okay.
And so I had to step away, and I wasn't liking that at
Okay.
all. Too
Okay.
much I don't like too much attention for the wrong purpose.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so to me that throws off the purpose and the mission for self.
Okay.
So I had to really figure out what can I do so people in my area can understand mycology, mushroom cultivation, and the
Okay.
actual mushrooms themselves.
Okay.
And so I never forget. I was at the Cousins Festival, the first one.
Okay.
I was by
What year is
myself.
this?
The first one. I don't know what year is that.
Okay.
Was it
Okay.
2024? It was 2024.
Okay.
And so I'm drunk and I'm drunk and I just finished eating my lobster roll and I look up and I see this banner that says Black brand and I'm like, you know what? I'm
Okay.
black
Okay.
and I got a brand.
Mm.
So I
Okay.
walked over there and the first person I see was Brian. And I'm
Big shout out to
like,
Brian.
right, big shout out to Brian.
Big shout out to Brian.
So I'm like, yo, I grow my own mushrooms. And Brian was looking up at me like,
What?
okay. And I was like, yeah. And I turned him into this, that, and the third. He was like, okay. It's not. I said, no, it's not the ones you get high off of. He was like, okay, that's cool. So he gave me his card.
Okay.
And I want to say, I've been tapped in with Black Brand ever since.
Okay.
And they've really helped me establish myself as a businesswoman,
Okay.
which made me feel very comfortable in my mycology field.
Okay.
That to the point where my competitors started following me. Rise, certain mushroom companies had reached out to me to grow mushrooms for them.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was during the accelerator program. So shout out to Brian and your accelerator program because I got accelerated.
So did you? That's big news.
That's
though.
big news.
So did you do it?
No,
Really? So wait. So your competitors say, "Hey, can you grow for us?"
Yes.
Why wouldn't you take the opportunity?
Because I need Southern Belle fungus. People have to know about what's going on in downtown Newport News and how they can get tapped in. Because if I were to agree to that, there would be no Southern Belle fungus, and I wouldn't have became Entrepreneur of the Year.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna say that, but it wouldn't have been. I feel like I wouldn't have a business.
Really?
Yeah, they was talking weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: would that have been a way to expand your business?
If I would have worked with them, I would have had to put my business on pause. Then later on, yes, I feel like it would have.
Okay.
But I don't know. Just coming from the post office, I don't want nobody owning me. I
Okay.
need to do this.
But you're the owner of your company, though.
Yeah. But
So
if I
you a
was to
sub,
I
so
don't wanna sub.
they wanted to hire you.
and shut my shit down, my stuff down. I'm sorry, shut my stuff down.
Hire you as an employee?
So they wanted to hire you as an employee, and so they wanted you to come to work for them, and then they wanted you to
Yeah.
close. No, so I was thinking in the terms of, hey, can you grow for us as a subcontractor, and we'll purchase your product.
We didn't get that far. Cause you talking to a little black woman in downtown Newport News about my what? What? Hold on. And I'm hyped that they're even talking to me.
Okay.
They found me on LinkedIn.
Okay. Okay.
So
Is it black people, white people? Okay. 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 We ain't calling no names. Okay. Okay.
For
So-
my bad. For those who watching, what's the Black brand? Because somebody might be watching, they don't know.
That
Yeah,
I'm gonna get into that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a good question though.
Yeah.
Hold on, we coming back to that
Okay.
because let's finish this real quick. Then we coming back because we definitely got to shout out Black Brand. They're amazing too.
yeah.
But okay, so they come to you. Can you grow? You say
I closed the laptop and I ran in my mama's room and I was like, girl, let me tell you what I just got out of a meeting with.
okay.
And that was about it. Like, I realized that I am living my dreams. And I have to always remember that in this moment, I'm living my dreams of what I prayed for
Okay.
because we can easily forget.
So you said no
I didn't tell him anything. I told you I closed the laptop. I hung up on
and
him.
never.
No.
So did you miss an opportunity?
I feel like they missed an opportunity by even asking me that crazy ass, by even thinking. Like, now that I, like, looking back, I'm like, nah, I'm really that girl out here with the mushrooms.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it basically kind of lit a fire up on.
Oh, it lit
Like
a
he was
big
like,
fire.
so people watching me.
It lit so much of a fire that I convinced my mom to turn the guest bedroom into a full-blown mushroom grow operation where I had a humidifier in there, a Effie. I had
This sound illegal.
It's not illegal. It's not illegal, Mama. It was not illegal, Mom. I promise.
We hope, Mom. We hope it wasn't illegal.
It was cool. I built my own humidifier. I'm lying. I made my instructions. Told my homie what to do. He
Okay.
built it for me.
Okay.
And yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. And then my mom started getting sick from the mushroom spores in the house.
Why is that?
Because
I
I
thought
was
mushrooms was healthy.
no, mushrooms are healthy, but the spores getting in your lungs is not. And I try to tell people who like to smoke shrooms, which is crazy because I don't think you should smoke a fungus, but people who like smoking shrooms, I always tell them you can get the spores in your lungs. And that's just something you don't want to deal with because you don't want any respiratory issues whatsoever.
Okay. So it's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. So I'll tell you what mushrooms that produced the most spores that was affecting my mom, and that was the oyster mushrooms.
Okay.
And restaurants love oyster mushrooms, but one oyster mushroom can produce billions and trillions of spores, and then that was being released in the house.
Okay.
And it really was affecting my mom, and she didn't even want to tell me this, but I had to shut it down and come up with another way. So I still
wait.
do grow mushrooms in the house, but it's not as a larger scale as I was.
Okay. So your lab ended up in the house.
Mhm.
You booming, you doing good, and now we got a hiccup because
Yes.
Mom getting sick.
Yes, and that is a
man.
serious hiccup because after I
Us-
lost my dad in 2020, and then
Okay.
6 months after that, I lost my grandfather.
Oh man, we sorry to hear that.
And
Were you close to both?
both.
Okay.
I'm really like they
Right.
played a big role in who I am as a woman today.
Okay.
So much so that there's so much rigmarole on the internet about men versus women. I don't tolerate it.
Right.
I ignore it, and I don't even subjectify to it
Right.
because I feel like it is impossible for people to have these kind of thoughts and be living on this earth.
Right.
So,
Right.
but I also got the good end of the stick, so
Okay.
I don't have a reason to complain about no man either.
Good. I love that. Well, that's a whole nother conversation. We could pause this right now and start over. And I'm telling you, because I got a lot to say about that. Matter of fact, I was today. My daughter took me out, and we was talking to her, and she's 20 years old, and we was talking about men and women and the war against men and women. She's so bright. She had such a good conversation with me today that I almost was like, man, I want to do a podcast with you. Like,
Good,
you know what I mean?
do it.
No,
do
but
it.
we talking business. You know what I mean?
I
So,
understand.
but it's something that needs to be
Father's
talked
Day,
about.
do it on Father's Day.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe we'll sneak something in there for our audience. She's such a bright young lady, but I'm very open to hear what everybody else has to say because I have my take too. You know what I mean? But I like to hear what you got to say in your perspective because you might teach me something or show me something that that I didn't think about. I'm like, man, that's a good way, and maybe change my way of thinking.
A lot of people don't like my perspective on dating, except for my therapist.
Okay.
Locked in.
Is that a good or bad thing?
It's a good thing because it really lets me know that I'm level headed and that I'm making the right decisions and that I'm not letting any random person, woman or man on social media tell me what I need to do with my mind and my body.
Okay.
So I take my advice of my father when it comes to relationships. And then his mother, my grandmother, was a sexual education teacher.
Oh, wow.
So I look at things very different. I take sex as survival, and I am a mushroom cultivator where I generate and grow based off of genetics. So I'm looking at guys how my father told me they're looking at me. All right, I'm skinny and I'm built like a stick. So I need to have a six pack and a sense of humor.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I already know where I'm at realistically.
Right.
And yeah, I could say a whole bunch. I think women should date men that are smarter than them for survival purposes because I'm a very smart woman.
Okay.
But you know what I love? A man that is smarter than me.
Okay.
And they're out there and I love them.
Okay.
They should be stronger than women, faster than women. But when I talked about some of my friends about this, they were like, What do you mean?
They gonna cut our podcast off right here. Like, so while we here, I've got one more question, and then we get back to the mushrooms.
Okay, let's go back.
But I got one question for you. When I say the word submission, What comes to mind?
Nothing negative. I feel like when you say the word submission, I'm thinking somebody who has one earned that title
Mm-hmm.
as a man. So that means he has already put me in positions to submit, and I did it willingly because I've had feelings for him. And
Okay.
it's kind of like a neutral saying.
Okay.
So yeah, when you say submit, I'm thinking of I'm already submitting because I like you.
Okay. Okay.
So
So is liking somebody enough?
for me, I don't like anybody.
You don't like it? Why?
Because when I'm really big on self, I pray every day and I
Okay.
meditate. So
Okay.
a lot of people don't know that I am a praying woman and I
Okay.
pray every day.
Okay.
And it's just if I hear incompetence in your voice, I don't like you. We can be friends,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm not going to like you.
Okay.
If I find out that you're impulsive, I'm not going to like you.
Okay.
Because to me, these are things that lead to sex, and that's a way of survival. So, because I date to have sex and have sex to marry.
Okay.
If I don't want to have sex with you, I'm not going to date you. I'm
Okay.
not going to waste your time.
Right.
I
Right.
haven't had sex in about 6 years.
Right now?
I go on dates. I want to say we're not gonna say because I don't want nobody thinking that that's too high of a number. But yeah, I go on a lot of
Wait.
dates.
No. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's okay to say how many dates you're going. You
I want
saying
to say I
you
go
haven't
on
had sex in
about.
6 years?
I don't want to say I go on about at least one date once a week.
Ah, I'm thinking you about to say.
But it's a lot of weeks. It's a lot of weeks to not like
It's
anybody.
some women that go on dates 3 and 4 times a
Are
week.
they fucking them?
It
I mean, are they beep that out? My bad. Because to me, and I tell my friends this, I think it should take me about 4 hours to determine if I want to see you again, not like you, not spend the rest of my life with you, but if I want to see you again.
Yeah.
And if I don't, then I don't, and that's okay. Just don't call me, don't text me. I'm gonna unfollow you on Instagram. I don't give nobody my Instagram.
Okay.
That's too personal.
Okay. You just give a number.
A number.
Are you on dating sites?
No, I don't believe in dating sites.
Okay. You like
Reality.
yes.
I gotta
organic.
fathom you. I gotta see you, touch it, smell it, taste it. Is he
Right.
real?
Right. I love it. Okay. All right. So basically we touched on dating. You're dating but not dating. Correct?
I am dating, but I'm just not having sex.
Okay. So you have anybody that's special to you, like a man friend? Nobody in particular. Okay. So does that allow you more time to focus on your business?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of time. Because what I realized is that a lot of guys say they want somebody that's for themselves until they realize Shorty's not texting back in 5 hours. And I won't lie, I'm playing the video game. I don't want to be bothered.
Right.
Why are you get on the game?
Right.
You have a business, start your do something. Right. Why do you feel like I have to give you all of my attention?
Right.
And then that's where I kind of stray away because I give my attention to my business.
Okay.
And that's very important because that pays the bills.
Absolutely.
So, and if a man can't understand that, then it's like he's insecure.
Okay.
He has to be insecure and he has to be lacking somewhere because shouldn't he have more? He should have more than me to understand that she's busy right now and she needs whatever, the downtime. When I made this petri dish, I couldn't touch anything for about 2 hours because I had to be very sterile.
Okay.
Our phones are not sterile. So I'm not touching my phone at all. And I'm okay with that. Now, for the people who were texting me and calling me at that time, were they okay? I don't care.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Okay. So you're very focused on your business and where you're going. So what's the vision? What's moving forward?
Moving forward for me, like I was telling you earlier, we're gonna start with the shipping container in my backyard. Then we're gonna get some.
Okay,
land.
wait. That's a good point. So we start talking about that and we haven't forgot about Black Brand either. You got a question?
Oh no.
we haven't forgot about Black Brand either. But
Shout out Gritty Garments real quick.
oh yeah. So 1 second, y'all. Let's shout out our sponsor real quick. We got Gritty Garments. We can we show them Gritty Garments, one of our sponsors. We have T-shirts, garments, clothing. Their website, you can find them on the web at.
Is that grittygrit.com. They also on Instagram at Gritty Garments.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out to them,
Shout
man. We
out to the
appreciate the
sponsor.
love. Yeah. So back to it. You said mom is getting sick from the spores. Can you first tell us what spores are, because you was kind of explaining
So
about the ant.
spores are how mushrooms reproduce. So women and men, we have eggs and semen. When it comes to mushroom sex, it's literally spores have to land on a surface. This surface have to be in perfect conditions. With those conditions and the spores are going to entwine with each other. They're going to form hyphae, and hyphae is going to make mycelium. Later on, that mycelium is going to turn into mushrooms. That mushrooms is going to drop more spores. Those spores are going to land in the perfect condition, like I told you, and
So do
thus
spores come from what?
mushrooms,
So how does like all right?
mushrooms and mold.
Okay, so okay, mushrooms and mold. So what I know about mushrooms, I see mushrooms come out the grass. Like they'll just be come out the grass.
Those are mycorrhizal mushrooms, and I want to say mycorrhizal mushrooms have a higher chance of being poisonous.
Mm,
The mushrooms that grows on the trees are not poisonous.
okay.
No mushroom are poisonous to the touch, but they are poisonous to taste. And if you want to know if you have a poisonous mushroom, just take a small piece, put it on your tongue. If it tastes a little peanutty or like a nut, then it has a high chance of being poisonous.
Okay. Can you make poisonous mushrooms?
I don't think you can. You can regrow poisonous mushrooms, but
Oh, really?
I wouldn't do that.
But you can't consume them no matter what.
You no matter I wouldn't. I
Okay.
wouldn't.
Okay. Okay.
So
So we have this environment. It takes it to be what? Wet, dry, like
humid and moist are the best conditions for mushrooms. Like all this rain
yeah.
and it's hot. And so mushrooms really thrive in what we call a microclimate.
Okay.
And so I want to say it's like 80 degrees right now. But if we go out into the woods where the trees give us canopy and humidity and moisture, it might be about maybe 70 degrees under a tree, really low to the ground. And the CO2 levels are going to be higher. And
Okay.
so those are the perfect conditions.
Okay. And then so mushrooms come from you saying spores, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where where do they originate from?
God.
Okay. Okay. So basically they're in the atmosphere is what you're saying. So
Mm-hmm.
spores are everywhere.
Yes.
So but when humidity touches it
Mm-hmm.
and it like has the perfect
Humidity, the right
mix.
conditions, and
Okay.
something to feed off of.
Okay.
So let's just say you leave some food out
Okay.
and then it gets moldy.
Okay.
Those are mold spores. So what you see on the mold is the spores. But
Okay.
before you see the spores, that's the actual mold. Like I said, the mold what you see is it get the mushroom the mold giving birth to the spores.
Wow.
I love it. There's a whole subreddit called When the Veil Breaks.
Okay.
And it's kind of like mushroom porn where we just watch and videos and pictures of the veil
Where's this at?
breaking on Reddit.
Okay.
And yeah, like mycology is so like once you get into it, it's such a deep rabbit hole that I know I will never get out of. I will
Okay.
never stop growing mushrooms.
Really?
I never want to stop growing mushrooms.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we learned about humidity and spores. So now tell us about. You can finish telling me about your business. And remember, you said mom's is allergic to spores, so you had to kind of shut down the lab. So where are you growing? Like, what are you doing?
So I'm growing in a smaller tent. I had a tent that took up from here to there. That's crazy because I swear to God, this is like my guest room. So the tent took up from like from there to there, and I want to say it extended about to where that the first closet door is,
Yeah.
and yeah, my
Okay.
homie Justin, shout out to Justin, that's the homie. He comes over every day and makes sure I do what I have to do to be successful.
Okay.
Cause he was there when I had my grandfather and my father in my life, and he was there afterwards.
Okay.
And yeah,
So do you need to control the temperature of the
the
room?
temperature, the humidity, the fresh air inside of the room. First of all, mushrooms love fresh air. And when you're growing anything inside the house, homes don't have fresh air. It's not stale air, it's just not fresh.
Right.
So I had to have a fan that sucked the air from the outside into the inside of my home.
Okay.
And that caused another problem, pollen. So now I have pollen inside of my inside of my room, inside of my guest room with the spores.
Sound like you need a
Is,
warehouse.
is it
We
right?
gonna get there. We gonna get
Yeah,
there.
that's the go.
Is that a bad thing?
It is because spores in a very sterile environment, like a indoor mushroom grow situation, can cause contamination because pollen can have mold spores on them.
Okay.
Because spores catch a ride on your shirt, your hair, your
Everything.
clothes, everything.
Okay.
So
You was telling me about off camera about the ant theory.
yes,
So
it's
explain
not a
that.
theory.
Well,
So
I'm sorry.
it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It's okay. So I was telling him about cordyceps mushrooms and how growing cordyceps naturally, my bad. Sorry, y'all. Growing cordyceps naturally outside, what God does is the mushroom will drop spores onto an ant. That ant will be infected by the mushroom like a zombie. So it will control the mushroom, and we will control the ant and have the ant thinking like it's regular. And everybody else in the colony will think that there's nothing else wrong with the ant. And when the mushroom is ready to fruit and develop out of the ant will go through a summoning process, which is where it will go in a place where the conditions are perfect for that mushroom to grow more mushrooms.
What you mean the ant will leave the colony
Mhm.
and go somewhere?
Mhm. I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna send y'all. I'm gonna drop a link in
No,
the
the
group chat.
audience, we want to know this. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
very interesting. So the ant leaves the colony. So you
Mhm.
saying the ant
And the
operates
fly, it's the same thing can happen to flies, spiders, small.
really, but
Yes.
only small insects.
And small insects.
No.
So cordyceps is a parasitic fungus.
Okay.
You can break fungus into many different categories. I only deal with three, which is the parasitic, mycorrhizal, and saprotrophic.
Okay.
Parasitic mushrooms, I love the benefits from them. For
Okay.
women, it will level my cortisol, balance out my estrogen, and balance out my testosterone where need be. For men, it will lower or raise your testosterone where it needs to be. It is a really good stimulant in the bedroom. It is a good stimulant in the gym, all over. I'm in the gym for 5 hours. It don't
Wow.
look like it, but I'm in there. I'm in there.
Okay. Every day.
4 days out the week. Monday,
Okay.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay. Okay. Wow. And you use mushrooms for health, like
Mm-hmm.
for yourself to keep yourself healthy as well.
Yup. That's how Southern Belle started. I started for self, and then I realized that my community needs it bad,
Okay.
especially when it comes to the mental health.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's weird because people would rather take the shrooms for the anxiety and depression,
Right.
but we have lion's mane, and that I feel like that's more effective. And you don't have to hallucinate, and you
Right.
can drive your car and not be on Rainbow Road.
Right. Right.
So,
Hmm.
Not on a crazy high.
yeah.
So, mom, we back there. So now you got this tent. So what's next? Like how like has that affected
Oh,
your the flow and cash flow? Like talk to me.
it has affected me deeply to the point where I'm going to start showing the full growth process of mushrooms because people don't fully think that I can grow mushrooms, which is crazy because I have sold mushrooms to restaurants, individuals, and chefs for
Wow.
years.
Wow.
And now because I got this hiccup, people are like, I don't know, she can do it. I'm like, I can do anything I put my mind to.
Right.
So,
How long does it take to grow a mushroom?
so depending on, let's say lion's mane, complete start to finish from like petri dish to me harvesting the mushroom, I want to say maybe 3 months.
Okay.
And that's like the long end of things.
Okay. Okay. What's the short end of things?
The short end of things will be maybe like 2 months.
Okay. Okay. Now, are you growing like huge batches of it, or like? But so with your
Bricks.
with it being in a tent right now, what's next? Like, what are you gonna do about that? Like, I know you were saying about a property or
I
maybe.
want to get, my mother wants me to get land. I want to start off with a shipping container in the backyard, have that for my fruiting room, and just
Okay.
use in the house for like lab work.
Okay.
So
Can you control temperature in a shipping container?
I want to find out if I can. I'm not good on construction and things like that. When it doesn't come to mushrooms, y'all
Right.
realize I might not be that bright, but
But when it comes to mushrooms,
I'm that girl. I'm that
hey,
girl.
I'm telling you, like you know too much about it. I don't know. I mean, this stuff sounds like rocket science to me. You know what I mean?
I found out that if you want to enjoy life, pick a thing that you like and just go in.
Correct.
And then ignore everybody else.
Correct.
Because a lot of people don't have the bandwidth to be themselves, to find out what they like.
Correct.
To even start a business off of that.
Correct.
So
would you say this is your purpose and passion?
yes,
Really?
I would definitely say growing mushrooms is my purpose and my passion. And it has helped me stable myself as a person.
Okay.
It has helped me become more softer as a woman,
Wow.
more sound as a business person, and I think just more enjoyable to be here on this planet, loving God and being here.
Okay. You seem like a free spirit.
I am.
Yeah.
But that's a dangerous word.
Okay. Why you say that?
Because free spirit mean I'm like, I don't know. I'm not
Free?
like
It's nothing wrong with being free. Okay.
it's not.
Should I explain what I mean by free spirit?
Explain for the audience. I get what
Okay.
you mean.
So when I use the word free spirit, you seem like you live in your own world, right? You don't let people around you like dictate who you are, where you going, what you're doing. You like to like explore and be yourself, and so you live without limitations. Eh, Not saying you robbing a bank or like being crazy, because I think that you're a mature woman. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying like you live without
I am
regret or
very free.
right. So
Very
free spirit.
free. And then my
Is that
mother,
fair?
it is
Uh-oh.
fair. My mother wants me to be even more freer.
Now, what does that mean?
So she sees me at home. I worry a lot. I work a lot. There's always a meeting. I'm making deliveries, dropping stuff off, cultivating, doing the scientific research in the
Okay.
woods. And my mom sees me not making time for self. And I fight her on. I'm like, oh, I am. Goes in the garage, smokes weed. That's
Right.
not making time for self.
Right.
And I realized that I need to go on vacation. I
Okay.
need to put my feet in the water.
Okay.
It's deeper than just getting my hair and nails done.
Correct.
Some people need more than that.
Right.
I might need a massage, a facial, and a trip to Disney World, and gotta go to Cancun, get a massage from the Jamaican people with the
Absolutely.
clay, all in the
With the
same
clay.
month.
Not in Cancun. That's Jamaica.
That is Jamaica.
Yeah. I think Mexico is in, right? Cancun is in Mexico?
I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah.
If Mexico is in, if Cancun is not in Mexico, we're sorry, y'all.
It is.
It is. Because, yeah, I know for a fact. I think. But, yeah.
They gonna be like, y'all had shrooms.
We both had some shrooms before we got in here. Okay. So, you need to take a trip.
Yes.
How is your finances when it comes to business? Are you making money? Like, do you know your numbers? Like, talk to me on that.
So I do know my numbers. I don't like discussing my numbers because
Okay.
people will try to be beside you because you got the numbers. And I don't need nobody else beside me that's not going to elevate. You know what I mean? Like,
So basically you're saying you're rich.
I'm not rich. Because
That's what we getting. I think the audience feel the same way.
if the audience think I'm rich, y'all need to buy some more mushrooms. Make me
Let's
rich.
all inbox her together, y'all.
Did you ever say how long do it take to grow the mushrooms?
On the long end, about 3 to 4 months. On the short end, depending on the species, maybe 1 to 2 months. I'm gonna say 2.5 months on the short end.
Mm.
From like start to finish. From like me squirting the spores on a petri dish like this to harvesting it.
You said you squirting the spores?
Yes, with
Where do you get spores from?
the mushrooms. So what I do is I go in the woods and I'll make a spore print, and I would scrape the spore print into sterilized distilled water, and then I would make liquid culture out of that, and I would then I would take a syringe, right? Uh, get the liquid culture inside the syringe, and then and then squirt it onto to the petri dish, and then grow the mushroom out that way. I'm gonna start showing my process.
That's over my head.
I started showing my process on Snapchat, and then I couldn't show everything because they thought it was drugs, which is crazy.
I mean, because
It's this.
Listen, we all associate mushrooms
I know.
with drugs.
That's
You
why I'm
understand?
here, so we can get out of that.
That's why we here, y'all. Like, we trying to help y'all. So we went from drug dealer to mycologist. So that's why we want to like shed some light on your product. Two things. I want to talk about some of the products that you offer, but before we do that, let's talk about Black Brand.
Yes, because they have helped your girl out a lot. Thank you, Blair. Thank you, Brian.
Yes,
Thank you,
indeed.
everybody.
So what I know about Black Brand, so I actually know the co-founder, which is Blair. Well, she's the founder. I'm sorry, Blair's the founder. I know Blair. I went to school with her.
Nice.
Yeah, so I remember before she started Black Brand, she was talking to me about it because she was working with me in business. We was doing some stuff with a business I had years ago, and she was just kind of telling me what she was gonna do, and like I watched her go from nothing to like, I mean, it's
Passing out awards, and it's deeper because Blair not only poured into my cup, but it's not even a cup no more. Like, it's bigger than a cup. I feel like Blair gave me a champagne bottle and was like, go off, go off.
So a little bit about Black Brand. You guys can look them up. I don't know specifically. It might be blackbrand.com.
I think it's blackbrandbiz.com if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So they're like the black, what's the word?
I want to say
we're going to try to find this because this is important.
It's the Cavassier. It's the Cavassier. We're going to blame the Cavassier.
Right. Listen, they are very big on helping black businesses. Like, it's a nonprofit. They're located in Norfolk, in downtown Norfolk. Shout out to them.
Chambers of Commerce.
Yes,
they're the
black
Chambers of Commerce in the 757. I had to search for the words.
Yes.
The words. It was
That's exactly what I was trying to
say.
That's exactly what
they
I was trying to say.
the number one black Converse in the 757. I'm gonna go ahead and say the state of Virginia. There they go. Yeah,
we're showing them love right now.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Blair, Brian. They have a whole crew. I've been around them for years, and I've watched them. I watch how hard they work. To grow. If you're a black entrepreneur and you're in business, I'm not sure if they work with people that's out of Virginia, but you can make a phone call. Like, why not? Maybe we'll get Blair up here one day.
Definitely get Blair and Brian, because I love watching Blair interviews and I love watching Brian's interviews.
Okay. So maybe we'll do that.
Here. Do it.
So shout out to Black Brand. Tell us a little bit about what they did for you. Say you met them at the
Yeah, so I met them at the Cousins Festival in 2024, and since then I had showed up to vending networks. They have helped me get a business bank account. First of all, what y'all don't know, the mushroom lady had a hard time getting a bank account because it was hard for me to prove to the banks that I'm not selling drugs when they've never heard of lion's mane. They've never heard of so many other things that I have to offer. So
because they thought you were selling drugs.
They thought I was selling drugs. I showed them a video of me dropping off lion's mane mushrooms to Conscious Planet. And it was like the manager of Langley in Hampton by the Coliseum Drive, was like, "Oh, I never heard of this before."
And so Black Brand, shout out to Black Brand
Shout out to
again.
Black
They
Brand.
got you a business bank account.
My first event that I went to with them, I saw a representative of Truist, got his card, called him, set up a meeting, and I've been rocking with Truist ever since.
Okay. Yeah, that's what my bank account's with too.
So it was that, because that was really big, and that was like the first move. And then I had got an intern with them.
Okay.
That was amazing. She helped me out with marketing from ODU.
Okay.
The accelerator program, so many things came out of the accelerator program. Me understanding revenue, me talking to lawyers, me
Wow.
having a mentor. Like, it was very
Piece after
impactful.
piece. Yeah.
And then me winning Entrepreneur of the Year, that was crazy. I still can't believe that I was nominated, because it was so many heavy hitters.
Absolutely.
So many heavy hitters. And thank
So
you.
to be nominated and to win was a major. What year was that?
This was 2025.
Okay. Okay. So last year.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to you too. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was shocked. I was shocked when I won, because I remember telling my mom, like, all right, look. I showed her the list of people, the nominees, and I said, if I don't win,
Right.
we're not gonna make a scene. I'm okay with it. I love these people regardless. I make a lot of money here. Like, it is what it is.
Right.
And my mom was like, girl, I don't care. You've been doing your thing ever since you've been doing it. So just show up.
Absolutely.
And when I tell you, it was, yeah, I still can't believe I won. And my therapist, because I started going to therapy consistently after my dad died.
Okay.
And I want to say last year, a few weeks before I got nominated, my therapist told me that I don't need therapy anymore.
Okay.
And I told him, like, I just want to come every 4, maybe 5 months.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. So I won Entrepreneur of the Year, told him about it, excited. And then he told me that I don't understand that I'm a public figure, that I was a public figure before I became Entrepreneur of the Year, and that things are going to be very interesting for me.
Okay.
And so I want to say a few weeks ago, I met with my therapist, and I'm telling him about my problems, concerns, all of this. He was like, yeah, public figure. Like, this is what you prayed for. This is what you dreamed
what you
about.
wanted.
And I'm like, yeah.
Well, it all comes with something, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, every level, and we say new levels, new devils.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, but that's just elevation. You
I
know
love
what I mean?
it.
Yep. The higher you go, the lighter it is. I heard somebody talk about an eagle, right? And they were saying how high up an eagle can fly, and they don't even fly with the other birds. They don't even worry. You know what I mean? And they just keep going because they realize no matter what, I'm gonna get to a point where you can't fly with me anyway, right?
Yeah, they're gonna lose oxygen. They can't survive.
They don't even
That's a really good
associate
metaphor.
with peasants. You know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy, you know? So if you on that level, and this is the other thing, eagles fly alone.
They do.
You know? So that's one of the things about entrepreneurship. As you grow and elevate and begin to like take off, everybody don't understand you. Or people look at you and think you're rich and got some money, and then when they ask you to borrow $20 and you say no, they mad at you. You know what I mean?
Mad as crap.
Yeah. So you begin to lose friends and lose, the people that's close to you, and you kind of just in your own world, right? Yeah. So that's another thing about entrepreneurship that people don't understand. The successful, then when you become successful, the stress,
They don't.
they don't know, because if you making money and you get to a point where you start living a certain way, or the business requires, like if you got to get a container, or if you got to get a building to grow in, now you have a facility to maintain, and you need business to stay at a certain place, and that's stress all in itself.
That's more stress.
You know what I mean?
But
And
that's
it's like,
what we
oh, you
asked
growing.
for.
We do. So it's the gift and curse of being a business owner, right?
Yes.
And I just want people to know and understand that it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be simple. And there is some hiccups and some ups and downs to being a business owner, right?
Yes.
But
always.
you take the good with the bad. You always stay positive. What they say is optimism and pessimism.
Yes, you have
Yeah,
to be optimistic.
yeah,
If
yeah.
I wasn't optimistic, I would be a nervous wreck.
Correct,
I would say,
correct.
especially after losing like my dad and my grandfather.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah,
got to be optimistic.
you have to.
It's not fair to my mom,
Yeah,
because she wants to see me succeed. She wants to see me win,
absolutely,
and my community too. They
absolutely,
want me to win, and I want the people in my community to win as well.
absolutely.
So
So, Do you plan on having employees? You want to grow to like a storefront? Like
yeah, I
what's
want
in
to
the
turn my
future?
homeboys into employees. I want
Okay,
to turn them into certified mushroom growers. Right
okay,
now, we're working on their mushroom cultivation skills.
okay,
So
okay.
when I get the warehouse and things and the land, they're gonna be ready,
Everybody ready.
ready.
I love it. So you have vision.
I have vision, and I'm tangible with my vision. I'm big on
Okay.
that.
Okay. Okay. I talk about that. I think that vision is very important in business, and you should know where you're going. We talk about navigating. If I'm driving to California and I just get in the car and start driving, I'm gonna be all through everywhere.
Where are you
Yeah,
going,
where you
and how
going?
are you gonna get there? Pit
Yep, yep.
stops,
Absolutely.
restroom breaks.
Absolutely. Yep. You need to put it in your GPS. If I
Mm.
know I'm going to 225 South Dakota, California, you know what I mean? You need to put that in your. But most entrepreneurs, I'm not going to use the word most. A lot of entrepreneurs, they go in business and they think that, I'm gonna open this business and like it's just gonna take off. And there's a
Oh
lot of trial and
yeah,
error,
a
and,
lot of
and
trial
it
and
don't work
error.
like that
I
because
thought everybody loved mushrooms.
that's a good point.
No, they don't. Some
Wow.
people are afraid of mushrooms because of the texture. Some
Yep.
people are allergic to mushrooms.
Yep.
Some people already come with the, oh no, those are drugs. I don't want
Right.
nothing to
It just
do
got
with
a
it.
bad rap. It
And
got a bad rap. Period.
that has helped. But see, I learned way before I was going with mushrooms. I learned some people don't like Tia,
Who?
and Tia me.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I honestly, what do you do with that? You don't care.
Right.
You just got to make sure you're in the right spaces.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I go where I'm loved and I sell my mushrooms where it's acceptable. And I
I
don't
love
try
that.
to push it. You know what I
I
mean?
love that. I love
So,
that. So you ain't forcing it on nobody. It's just like, here
mm-mm.
we are.
It's funny because I tell my friends all the time, like sometimes when we go out, I don't want people knowing I grow mushrooms
Right.
because I take it very seriously.
Okay.
And I get tired of talking about business all the time, every day, because I live in house, business is in house.
Right.
So
Right.
when
Right.
I
That's
go
tough.
out, I kind of, let's just tell these niggas
Right.
I'm a counselor out of school. They don't have to know the
Right.
real.
Right.
So if you're watching this, I am a counselor,
Okay.
and I'm lying to him. This whole thing was a lie.
She don't really grow mushrooms. That's not why we here.
And I got 3 kids: Tiffany, Todd, and Tevin.
That's a whole nother story. Real quick, while we at the end of the podcast, is there anything that you want to sell yourself real quick? Tell the audience about your products, where they can order it at, what's the best thing out there, like what's your top sellers, like how can we take advantage of your knowledge, what you do, how you've done it. We appreciate you sharing your story, but how can we take advantage of your
Yes, so
product?
shameless plug time. So you can go to southerbellefungus.com, and that's Southern Belle, Belle, fungus, fungus.com. And then on my website, you can see all of my products. I sell cordyceps, oyster mushroom, no, cordyceps, lion's mane products, and reishi mushroom products. This right here is a reishi mushroom. And so I have teas, I have powders, and also supplements and coffee. I have my Bell's Vitality, which is very popular, which is the Rise equivalent to what they sell. And I
What does
also
it do for us?
so you get all 3 of the mushrooms. So it's really good for memory, focus, concentration, anxiety, and depression.
Okay.
And that's the lion's mane. And it's really good for calming you down, relaxing you.
Okay.
And that's the reishi mushrooms. And also detoxifying your body of mucus. And it helps out with balancing out your hormones for men and women.
Okay.
And it's really good for longevity in the bedroom and in the gym.
Okay.
And that's cordyceps. So you're getting like a full, all around, full body system with
Okay.
the Bell's Vitality. And then I have the Gentleman's Roast, which is the coffee. So that has all 3 of the mushroom powders mixed in with actual coffee beans for my coffee lovers.
Okay.
So I hate
I love it.
coffee.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee either. So, but you still make it for the people that love it, because
Hmm.
you know it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I
It's a
love
big
it.
deal.
I love it. Miss Tia, we appreciate you coming out today.
Thank you. I have fun.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. We being able to interview amazing entrepreneurs like yourself helps the audience. Like this is different. Like growing mushrooms, selling mushrooms, mushroom powder. Like it's a very interesting concept. I appreciate you being transparent with even how you started out. But we don't meet people like you every day. So we're grateful that you take your time
Thank you.
to be who you are and to to elevate and to grow your mind. Like because you could be at the post office still delivering
Don't
mail.
say that. Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
gosh.
So we appreciate you walking in your purpose. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
Yes, indeed. And the audience need to hear it. So if you guys are out there, you got anything in closing?
No, stay true to yourself, please.
Stay true to you. I love it. Yep. Work hard, work smart. Stay in your own lane. Do what works for you.
Yes.
Yep. Do what works for you. So and don't be afraid to jump in that water. Put a life jacket on, but
Yeah,
don't be
don't be
afraid.
afraid to
Yeah.
jump in the water. Dip a
Yeah.
toe first.
Yeah.
Take a
Dip your toe.
sip.
That's
Take a
it.
sip of the water to see if you like water or
That's
not.
it.
You might like
That's it.
cognac.
That's it. I love it. Well, we out. We'll see you on the next one.